So one of the things that we have done successfully this year compared to previous years is that we have changed the location of where we are growing the cucumber. We used to grow at that end of the garden, which is more of the south facing end, and now this is facing more of the east to west, so it gets the maximum exposure to sun from both sides of the movement of the sun. So it's about 8 to 10 hours of sun, which has really been quite wonderful for the growth of the cucumbers. The other thing has of course been the soil. We have made sure that the soil is nice and loose, with a lot of compost, and in the first 6 weeks we have actually put in a lot of nitrogen, and that's in the form of fertilizer and as well as organic fertilizer with a high NPK, rather high N and medium PK. And what we did after seeing the flowers come up like these ones, we started to switch over to high P value fertilizers in the form of high phosphorus fertilizers like the bone meal, and that has really helped us with a lot of flowering and with the fruits as well. We see a lot of bees coming up as well, and one of the reasons is of course because we have a lot of flowers in our vegetable garden as well, like the alyssum as you see here next to the cucumber. That has been wonderful to attract a lot of bees. Of course the other flowers like the marigolds and the sunflowers as well, so that's been quite nice balance to get a lot of bees and fruiting for a cucumber. We plant our cucumbers 1 foot apart as you can see here, so we have only 3 cucumbers here on the edge of the garden with a lot of production, but that's been enough for us because we're just trying to get enough production for our own use, so it's been quite enough for us. And you can see that growing these vertically, so for that reason 1 foot is more than enough. If you're going to grow them horizontally onto the flooring of the garden, you should be spacing them at 3 foot apart. So that's the major difference. With the lack of space for us, it made sense to grow vertically, so that's what we did here. All the trellis that we have built here is from the recycled materials, the plastics that we got from the grocery stores, then the sticks that we have in the garden of course. So it's been all naturally made trellis, and that has worked well for us. In terms of the watering, we generally keep the watering level to once a week and do a deep water. That's to ensure that the cucumbers are nice and moist throughout the time, but not drenched in water, and that's why it becomes really critical to have that loose soil as well. It does also help quite a lot to make sure that the cucumbers are set up on these trellis early during their life cycle, and that's to really train them to climb up, and that's really helps a lot with the vertical spacing as well. So I'm going to just pluck some of these cucumbers, and the way we do it is simply by twisting it and taking it off. So this one is quite ready, and one way we also tell is when the spikes on the cucumbers start to become very soft or they fall off, then they become quite soft and they are ready for consuming. This one, for instance, the spikes are still quite too much, and same for this, so we will leave them alone for this round, and we will use this cucumber that we collected for our salad tonight. The next item we are going to do a bit of harvest or evening sundown harvest is going to be our Pakchoy. As you can see, we have quite a lot of Pakchoy here. The best way to pick is really go for those big leaves and not to pluck the whole plant out, but rather to just pick the leaves individually. What Pakchoy really loves is a lot of water and nice nitrogen heavy soil, so we give them a lot of manure on a regular basis, lot of nice compost, and they absolutely love that. You don't really have to go for high pK values, just go for high nitrogen, and fertilizer actually works really well for that. Manure really works really well for that. So I'm going to pick a few more leaves, and it's good thing with Pakchoy is that once you plant these seeds, They can take you through the whole season. Really, it's just a matter of maintaining them, giving them enough water once a week, heavy watering, and to just keep picking those leaves. The more you pick, the better they will do, because all the energy gets diverted then to the younger leaves. So it's always good to pick them on a regular basis before they get too hardened, and then the taste is not as nice. So really the size you want to aim at is something like this. Don't let them become too big, and they have the most flavor at this point. Here's another nice one. So that's really it. We have enough leaves here. We have our cucumber. We're going to cook something with these for our dinner, some stir fry and salad. So that's about it, guys. I'm going to pick maybe 2 leaves of our onion as well. These are really great garnish as well for our salad, for our omelette. It's fantastic. And these leaves keep coming out from our onion here, so we have kept it going. We don't really harvest the onion, we just keep harvesting these wonderful leaves, and they are more than enough because they grow so fast. It's always more than enough for our use. So here's something for our dinner as well. Thank you so much, guys, and hope to see you next time.